March 12th, 2011. This is today's climate change update. It is 11 p.m. Central Time on the 11th when I'm recording this. I just got off of work. I left work about 1:30 p.m. today, and a lot's been going on. Now, I put out some videos earlier today, of course, about the earthquake in Japan, the 8.9, the tsunami, the video of that tsunami, and about 4 volcanoes erupting, 2 in Russia, 1 in Indonesia, and 1 in Japan, due to this earthquake activity. Apparently, 2 nuclear power plants are shut down because of this earthquake. 4 reactors are in emergency critical mode. I'm getting reports that fuel rods are exposed in one of them. They've shut down the pressure relief, emergency pressure relief on one of these reactors because it was leaking radiation at 1,000 times safe levels. They are evacuating that power plant, and if they're not relieving the pressure, that means it is building, and the situation is ongoing. Now that has serious ramifications for the rest of the planet because all that air moves east, and it's a big Pacific Ocean. I will attach a video. Fox News Insider channel report evacuations underway in nuclear power plant in Japan. And let's go to earthchanges.net. They have a lot of things going on right now. They're reporting on the volcano in Indonesia. Heavy storm continues. 3 Syrians missing after river floods on border. Bad weather that dumped rain and hail and snow across the country Thursday claimed 3 victims as Syrian farmers went missing when they were swept away by overflowing river along Lebanon's northern border with Syria. Which means the whole Middle East is still under the weather gun, and they're having severe weather there as well. The tsunami reports are just too numerous for me to cover. Clear across the Pacific Ocean, damage, deaths. In total, it'll be in the billions. I mean, economically, we have just taken a major blow. Japan is devastated. Their stock market was teetering as it was, and all of this to boot. Of course, they're seeing aurora lights. Earth's magnetic field still reverberating from CME strike on March 10th. During the past 24 hours, northern lights have been descended as far south as Wisconsin, Minnesota, and Michigan in the United States. They're saying it was nice to see the pretty lights in the sky, but those of us paying attention know exactly what that means. We got more solar wind coming our way on March 14th. Large coronal hole pointing in our direction. And again, we still have CMEs inbound. More tsunamis. And they've got a Springfield, Ohio. U.S. fire crews investigate a mysterious blue-green discoloration in Buck Creek. They sent a hazmat crew to hoping to stop some kind of leak in the water. They're trying to get ahead of it, and they're not really sure what's going on. But looks like we might have a chemical leak in Ohio. They got a fear piece on honeybees. Japan's quake shifts Earth axis by 25 centimeters. So basically, the day shortened by a portion of a second. And over the centuries, that'll add up, I guess. But I know 25 centimeters in comparison to Earth, or 10 inches, isn't a lot. I mean, when you're staring there looking at it, but in the grand scheme, it's not a little bit. But this quake was so big, it actually changed our axis. And that might affect the weather. I'm not sure how far 10 inches is going to do that. And here again, they've got a fear piece about the Japanese could have irradiated the entire U.S. This crisis is ongoing. Yep. Quake causes emergencies at 5 nuclear reactors, and that situation is not getting any better whatsoever. Like I said, they're evacuating them plants. Conditions worsening. And then they've got the volcano story in Russia and in Japan. Colorado wildfire prompts evacuation of 200 homes. Boulder, Colorado, a wildfire driven by dry, windy air scorched at least 200 acres Friday in the foothills west of Boulder, prompting the evacuation of roughly 200 homes. I'm watching the Weather Channel. They're talking about wildfires in Oklahoma, severe flooding in New Jersey. They've declared a state of emergency to the flooding up in the northeastern United States, New England area. That system is moving into Canada, of course, and ongoing. Another tsunami aftermath piece from Japan. Tsunami waves in California, ripping boats off docks, flipping them over. We've all seen the footage. They just keep throwing that in our face in the mainstream news. Even as far south as Chile. Over to the extinction protocol. They have the volcano stories. The Honshu earthquake tore a gash in the earth 150 miles long and 50 miles wide. A massive earthquake that struck off the coast of Japan Friday was the strongest quake in nearly 1,200 years. David Applegate, a senior science advisor for earthquake and geologic hazards for the United Geological Survey, said the 8.9 magnitude quake ruptured a patch of the Earth's crusts 150 miles long and 50 miles across. That is one big rip. And again, they've got pictures on the tsunami. U.S. Air Force is rushing coolant to help save these plants. And again, the last story I've had up to when I started this was that is not happening. They're evacuating. And the death toll rises. I had a really hard time watching that tsunami hit Japan live and watching the cars get swept away that were trying to escape. And again, more volcanoes and all kinds of fear stories, Japanese stories. A mysterious mold blamed for dead seagulls along San Francisco Pier. Western gulls have been dying at an alarming rate over the past decade at San Francisco's Industrial Pier, and they're thinking it's some kind of weird mold. Over to the Disaster Alert Network. There is no way I'm going to cover all these stories. They have 120 listings today. Okay, on a normal average day, we're looking at 14 to 25, maybe 30 on a busy day, but 120 reports today on Disaster Alert Network, or UB Alert. Landslide in Japan. They had a big aftershock, 6.7. And the mountains Nagata Prefecture and caused landslides and avalanches on top of all the other things they've got going on. Now the mountains are sliding down with these aftershocks. And then the tsunamis reports scattered across the Pacific. Just craziness. And I'm going to end tonight's report on checking the latest on the RSOE, not the RSOE, but the USGS website, earthquake. And the aftershocks just continue. And just the craziest earthquake swarm I've witnessed. And you know, I've only been doing the hardcore paying attention on the earthquakes and stuff for a little over a year now, and nothing. I've never seen anything like this. Definitely fasten your seat belts. Definitely look around and see what's going on. I'm going to attach the website to the Gulf Stream, or the jet stream graph, and that shows you where the jet stream is, where it's been for the past 40 days, and we can kind of track where this radiation might lie here in the very near future. Let's hope they get those power plants in line and everything back to some kind of order. And I would like to say to all of those of you trying to sell nuclear energy as an option, this is not the way. I'd rather burn coal. Have a good one. Enjoy while you can.